Hey y'all. So we're gonna see how this works. Welcome to the Soul Talk Lounge podcast. It is me, your girl, your host, Catherine LeRae, with the mostest. I have been wanting to say that for like the longest. So y'all gotta excuse the setup. And we're gonna talk about this because I was gonna allow that to stop me, right? To stop me because I knew coming into 2026, I knew that I was going to do exactly everything that God had told me to do. You know what I mean? Everything that He said that I needed to do, I was doing in 2026. Like, I didn't care, like, who listens, who doesn't listen, um, who it reaches, who it doesn't reach. It's like, I can no longer worry about that. I can only be obedient and do what God told me to do. And God told me to step into it. So I am going to do just that and step into it. And I'm going to give you guys what He gives me. And so the goal is to drop a video every Monday and which is basically pre-recorded on like a Sunday, and then I just upload it on Monday because yeah, your girl be busy. Your girl out here reclaiming herself, reclaiming her body, reclaiming her mindset, and all of the things. But I just wanted to come on here to just give like a brief understanding of like what this podcast is going to be about. The things that we're going to talk about, the things that I would like to discuss. I would like to say that the Soul Talk Lounge is going to be like an open forum, right? To where no topic, no discussion, no nothing is off limits. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about everything from religion, everything from money, everything from discipline, habits, everything reclaiming her. Because it's definitely a journey to reclaiming her, to even get to a space to lay the foundation to reclaim her. So I just want to take y'all through what my life has been like moving back home to Detroit, Michigan. So I stayed in Georgia for 14, 15 years. I've been gone since 2008. And in 2022, I was like, I'm going back home. July of 2022, I was like, I'm going back home. So I packed up everything that I could in my little four-door Chevy Malibu, and I was like, we out. And so me and my little homie, we went back home. And I remember before I even came back home, I prayed and I told God, I said, me moving back home is going to be personal. Me moving back home is going to be just me and you, nobody else. Like nobody else. It's just gonna be me and you. This is personal, and I be damned if he didn't show me exactly what the hell that meant with it just being me and him. So here we are, 3.5 years later, and I am finally doing the podcast. I am finally ready in a space to just truly open up about the things that I had to truly go through, the things that I have had to endure, people that I've had to let go. One of them being my father because he's very narcissistic, and just the stuff the things that I needed to step into so that I can become the woman that carries out the dreams and the vision that she has always had, and just to carry out who God has called me to be. Does that make sense? So I'm excited about this journey. I'm excited about what's to come. I'm excited about the women that see themselves in me and the things that I've overcome and what it's like being a single mom to a 14-year-old boy. Um what it's like still being in corporate America and still building like your brand, your vision, what it's like being a bad bitch. Now let me stop. oh, y'all definitely gonna get the personality. Like I feel like I should have been a comedian. It was two things I feel like I should have been. I should have been like a stripper and a comedian back in my time. That's what I feel like I was, a stripper and a comedian. But that's not neither here nor there. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. I'm just so excited because I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Like Nothing is stopping me in 2026. Like, I feel like I've done all the healing. I feel like I've done the resting. I feel like 2025 was truly a year of me slowing down completely and trusting God. Like, He forced me to slow down, and so and so that I can trust Him. So 2025 was a year of me slowing down and me a year of trusting God and allowing Him to provide the provision for me and my little homie. So yeah, I'm excited. Welcome to my podcast. Welcome to the Catherine Lorray Show. Welcome to the Soul Talk Lounge. The Catherine Lorray Show sound dope though. Let's see. Welcome to the Soul Talk Lounge though. The Soul Talk Lounge is just a space where I want to talk about everything pertaining to the soul, questions that or things that arise as a single mother that is working day in and day out to make sure that she's able to provide for her child, but also prioritizing her time, right? Reclaiming herself because we get so lost and so caught up in the different type of hats that we have to wear and the different titles that we have to wear as women and as moms. So I just got to a place to where I was just tired of always putting myself on a back burner. You know what I mean? Like, I can only be a good mom if I'm rested and if I'm poured into. Like, I'm not being a good mom if I'm pouring into my little homie from an empty pail or an empty cup. And I've always said this, that an empty pail can't pour into anybody's cup. And I stand firm on saying that you have to be selfish in order to be selfless, which means that you have to take time to be you have to take time to pour into yourself. And I say this all the time. I always go back to Jesus because y'all love to go back to Jesus in that Bible. He took time to go be with his father. He took time to be selfish so that he can be selfless. Why y'all feel like y'all can't do the same thing? I remember I said that, baby, when God first gave me that baby and I brought it to the people, they was ready to fight me, like square up fight me. And I'm just like, I'm just doing and saying what God is saying. But you have to be selfish in order to be selfless. So I ain't gonna keep y'all long with this one. I just know that I'm excited. I'm ready. If you have topics you want to talk about, like whatever the case may be, let's do it. And again, I ain't got it set up right. Like, as far as my podcast set up, this is what y'all get for now. Cause sometimes what be holding us back be ourselves because we feel like it got to be aesthetically pleasing. I feel like this is aesthetically pleasing. I mean, I ain't. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's quiet. It's clean. It's clean. But I do have a little area that I want to, set up and just have like the tripod and everything and all of the things. But until I'm able to get to that space and to that point, this is what y'all gonna get, and we're gonna allow the Lord to do what He does. Amen. Amen. So yeah, I'm excited. Welcome to the Soul Talk Lounge. Again, I am Catherine Lorray, your host with the mostest, and we about to get this thing started on and popping. I'm about to get y'all in position so that y'all can start reclaiming her. You know what I mean? Reclaiming those parts of yourself that you've allowed to water down because you got to be the wife, you got to be the mother, you got to be the sister, the cousin, the blah 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 blah. Everything but who God has called you to be. You got to be, or you're being. So I'm just excited to see what comes of this podcast, who, like, just the people that I'm able to touch. Because, I really truly believe that I'm anointed. I really truly believe that God has called me to women. I truly believe that He's called me to a space of healing. Um, I'll never forget, I had a coworker. She was going through some stuff with the job or whatever. And as I was going through my space of learning to trust this new version of myself, right? Because, before you could become who you desire to be, who God has called you to be, you got to shed the old version of yourself, which means that you got to lose control. You got to forgive yourself, and you have to learn to trust yourself, right? And I've always been one to say that God is always talking. It's just a matter of if you are in a space to actually hear what that man is saying. And so it was nothing big going on. I think they were messing with her at the job, and she sent um she texted, and I was getting ready to text her back, but my spirit was like, send a voice note. And so I sent the voice note, like, okay, that's easier anyway. So the next day she came to work, she's like, do you know you have a spiritual aura around you? She said, you didn't even say anything like that in depth or whatever. She said, but just hearing your voice calmed me so much. And I was like, okay, God, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. And I end up doing a podcast and just being in that space. It was just like, it's time. So we here. And I'll see you guys next Monday. Peace and blessings.